The All-British Display Day in Newcastle, April 2024, and the day was hosted by the Jaguar Drivers Club Hunter region. And this is a series of videos with interviews of some of the more unusual cars, as well as vision of most of the other cars on display. This first video in the series is an interview with Brian, who's the owner of a Bond Bug, which is based on the Reliant Robin, a three-wheeler of Only Fools and Horses fame. The Bond Bug was designed by Tom Caron for Bond Cars Limited, which was later bought out by Reliant Cars. All cars were produced in a bright tangerine colour, other than there were 6 cars specially built for the Rothmans cigarette promotion, and they were in white. The engine was a 4-cylinder 700cc with 29 brake horsepower. In the UK, the cars were registered and taxed as motorbikes, and that offers a substantial saving over a conventional car. In this following interview, Brian explains that he installed an 850cc Angus fire pump to replace the original 700cc engine, and that was due to a complete electrical burnout before Brian bought the car. Here's Brian's interview.
I'm Bruce.
Yes, hello Bruce, I'm Brian.
Brian, and why Bond?
It's, if you look on the
It's
plate
a Bond
there,
Cars.
it's a Bond Cars Limited.
So who was Bond?
Nobody, it was just a guy who set up a company called Bond Cars Limited long before
James came along.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm a Bond, yeah, but not James. So how long have you had it?
I bought it in 1982.
Yes.
And that was it was a wreck. You can see I've got some pictures on the window
yes,
there.
yeah,
It was a wreck. It was a wiring burnout. I'm a keen motorcyclist, and now I've got a 750 Honda.
The engine's in the front, I presume.
It's down there, yes, in the middle.
Of the car, yeah,
And
yeah. So what cc is it?
it's an 850cc
Right.
engine.
So I reckon
And,
that would go quite nicely with it.
It's very good. The original engine was 700, but I replaced it with an 850 engine from an Angus fire pump. But it's still a Reliant engine, and it runs very well.
Bond put the Reliant engines in.
They did,
originally.
yes, they did, yes.
Yeah.
And then eventually Reliant bought out Bond, so it became one company. The chassis is metal, but the rest is glass fibre. Yes.
Okay. So what year?
1970. 1970.
Right. I remember seeing one or two on the road and thinking, oh, that's something unique.
Yes.
But is this the All Fools and Horses car?
No, it's not. It's that's a Reliant Robin. And this is based on the Reliant Robin. It's got the same chassis and running gear and as the Reliant Robin. So it's very similar, but it's not the same. This was going to be their big seller. The Bond Cars were going to make big money out of this, but they were up against the Minis, so they didn't make any. They sold 2,200 of them.
And what's it like to drive?
It's really good fun. It's my wife's car. It's in her name, and she drives it beautifully. Yes, except you can't use it in the summer. You know, it's just there's no air conditioning and it's roasting hot in there.
And there's no airflow coming into the car.
No, not really. No.
No.
Although I've got air conditioning.
Yeah, open the windows is air conditioning. Yeah. Well, that's really interesting. I really appreciate your time.
Right,
Thank you
okay.
very much.
Thanks, Bruce.
Thank you.